Maybe. Hello. I'm trying to see if anybody else is able to come. This lighting is crap. That's okay. Maybe. Did that help at all? So first off, I got a new Jubilees patch. I believe this is Jubilees. Jello Mutt. This one is I help stop her face from meeting the floor. And this one is in a like brighter green color. I got a Patience and Love patch. This one is the service dog. If my handler is down, do not call 911 unless handler is hurt, and do not separate us. And then we have harnesses. I got my new cape. I've had this cape for a couple weeks. I just haven't posted about it or anything like that. My friend Taylor, they have Kozar's Adaptive. They currently aren't like taking any applications for any gear right now. They're working a full-time job, but they decided to go ahead and make me my cape. So I'll do this. This is one of Denali's Bridgeport. This is his counterbalance harness. It has lots and lots of metal rings. But this is his cape, his everyday cape now. This one is Medical Alert Dog, Do Not Pet. This is actually a holographic patch. I don't know who I got this one from. I have to look it up. I got a I'm Not Here for Your Entertainment from Patience and Love. Dysautonomia service dog. Was recently diagnosed with vasovagal dysautonomia. So there's that. And then I got a bright pink Patience and Love Ehlers-Danlos Mobility Support. As most people know, Denali is a medical alert mobility dog. So he is for dysautonomia and Ehlers-Danlos, which is why I have both of those. It's also why I have my blue and zebra awareness patch up here. I have two of those. I got this one personally made for me in case of emergency. See medical ID bracelet. I was given, let's see here. Maybe if I can get a hold of it. Here we go. Friend of mine sent me this from her gear set. It's the exact same thing. It's just in red and a different like pattern. Really liked this one, but I needed it in lime green for his new gear set. So I requested Patchwork and Paws did this one. I absolutely love it. It's very, very cute. And then I also have another hollow Medical Alert Do Not Pet on the back. I find that if I put something on top of him, less people are likely to touch him. So then I also have, this one's kind of gross. I need to clean it because we were out today. We were in the movie theater. So this is the other side. This is the side that usually faces out when he is laying down. And it is the by Pride patch. I actually got this at Columbus Pride this year, but you can get them on Amazon for like $6. My awareness patch, a cheapy Creative Clam Medical Alert Dog patch, I forget who this one came from, but it says, do not distract. My mom's safety depends on your respect. I absolutely love this patch, and I think it turned out really, really good and goes really well with my gear. And then I have another EDS mobility support on the other side, but this one is in lime green. And that's his cape, which I need to not forget. I need to message Caitlin the measurements for this. But Taylor always leaves a lot of extra room to grow in these. They also did the Velcro straps instead of the buttons because I prefer to have Velcro. This is much easier for me to control kind of how loose it is, where it sits on him. Whereas just the clips don't give you as much leeway. I can also sew some more Velcro onto here if I really needed to make it bigger in the future if I decide to get a bigger dog, like a Newfie or something like that. But the back of it is a very high quality canvas. I absolutely love this gear. This is my tried and true for capes. I don't feel comfortable really buying from anybody else. Taylor was the one who made Denali's very first cape, and it was itty bitty. It's like a little square. It's so cute. But they're the one who made that, and I've been with them ever since. So they aren't actively taking requests from just anybody. This was just because I'm friends with them. So absolutely love this cape. This one is in Space Nebula. If anybody likes this fabric, a couple makers on Etsy have this fabric, I believe. You can always ask Taylor also where they got it. So that's the cape. We're gonna do Denali's counterbalance harness. This is a Bridgeport. This is a medium. This one is very well worn, very broken in. As you can tell, it's nice and floppy. It smells incredible. I just cleaned all of it, but this is kind of what it looks like. Put the girth strap up here. These are a lot like saddles, honestly, if you know horses. These are made very similar to a girth strap on horse. So you just kind of pull it through there, and that's what it looks like. This is what the inside looks like. I love Bridgeport. As some people know, I am not a fan of Yup. I'm just not. Personal preference. I've had issues in the past, and I've seen too many people get burned. So I like Bridgeport. It's local here if you live in Columbus. They do a lot of specialty stuff. They try and work with you as best as they can, but I like Bridgeport. That brings me to Denali's new harness. So this is not going to look nearly as nice because I haven't had the time to go through and polish it and condition it yet. So it does need to be polished and conditioned. But drum roll, Denali got a full rigid harness. I had one in the past that was semi. I loved that harness, but it was a Yup, and I just ended up not using it as much as I thought I would. So yeah, I ended up buying a Bridgeport. This is actually the 3-inch handle on this one, and it sits perfectly on Denali height-wise. For me, as most people know, I am very short, and Denali is rather tall. So this works perfectly for a 3-inch handle. Honestly, I probably could have gone to a 2 and been a-okay, but this works. It's very comfortable on the hands. The girth on this one is a little bit different than what I'm used to on the other one. Hi, kitty. Strictly because it doesn't have nearly as many loops, brass loops. That, and I don't want to say it's fitted differently because it's not. It's still a medium. It's just the other one I feel like is much longer of a girth strap. Like you can punch more holes in it, I guess. But then again, these are each individually made to your needs. These are each individually made for you. They aren't bulk made, I guess. So they are all handmade. This is obviously very rigid, as you can tell. It stays in one piece. So this is what the front looks like. This is an unconditioned harness, so this is what's going to come in the mail to you. As you can see, you have plenty of room in the depth of the chest to adjust all you need. This comes with a lot of wool. So you'll see here, if I was a dog, I would have this about an inch of wool between me and the harness. It's very high quality. It's very soft. I actually just ended up washing this one. So if you want to see the difference of wool, this is brand new. This is after a year of using it, after a good wash. It holds up. So that's one of the other reasons I really like Bridgeport, is the fact that their padding, it comes with a lot of padding. There's no reason that it shouldn't come with a lot of padding, especially for a mobility harness, something that's going to be used heavily. It needs to have cushioning, more cushioning than just a layer of fleece, in my opinion. I will go through this harness like I do with his other one. Make sure and heat up all of the threads. Make sure all the threads are melted down. I go through and kind of semi-brush out some of the wool to make sure that there's none that's going to like fall out and get everywhere while he's using it. I do a deep condition, a deep oil, and a polish, all of which combined will make all of the edges of this harness. As you can see, kind of the edges are really light on this. It's just because it's been freshly made, freshly cut. Once you polish it, that's going to get dark and you're not going to be able to see it. It'll be solid. But yeah, I'm probably going to get one of his other, here we go. On the counterbalance harness, it comes with these little clip thingies. I suggest if you get one of these with the handle and you don't have another harness, request these. They're just little leather button snaps. If you're good with leather, I work with leather stuff. You can make them yourself and not have a problem. But I just like to put this on here, and it kind of holds that down. So it's a little bit more streamlined. I do have a leather cutter, so I might end up trimming down these extra bits. I'm not yet decided, because I did just get this harness. I really don't like messing with it. I don't like trimming it at all. I did have to trim the other wood, but I don't know. I'm torn between what I want to do. I will say I am really going to try my best to make this to where he doesn't have to wear his cape all the time. Try and get, some stuff to put on the vest itself, so that way he doesn't have to have a cape on. I would love to work Denali naked, just in his vest, his mobility vest, but people just don't leave him alone. They don't leave me alone, and it gets really annoying. So I find it easier just to plaster the fact that he's a service dog all over him and not to touch him. I find it easier. Some people are not me. I have plenty of people who like to work their dog naked. That are plenty of people who just put this gear on, this special harness on, and that's it. Same thing, seeing eye dogs, they usually don't have capes. They just have a seeing eye dog vest on. I wish that everyone treated people with the same, seeing eye dog as a service dog, so I could just put the harness on him and people leave him alone. But they don't. So I'm probably going to have to end up giving in and putting stuff on it. I also have a leather punch, so I might do some kind of detailing on it. I don't know. I really like to try and keep my stuff as nice and simple and universal as I can, because I do plan on keeping these harnesses, for as long as they'll live. So they're definitely an investment. Which Bridgeport, if you're looking for something within a good price point, and you need a mobility harness, Bridgeport is going to be your first option. Bridgeport usually ranges anywhere from $88 to maybe, I think it's $110 for the custom orders. Can you not? For the custom orders. So if that's in your price range, great. I will say otherwise, you can always get fleece harnesses that are cleared to do mobility work, but they won't be heavy mobility. They won't have a rigid handle. They'll have probably a semi-rigid or a rigid that is just attached, which is still considered a semi-rigid. So yeah. I also wanted to show you guys, I went to the Goodwill with my family today. We all went out. And for those of you who didn't know, I love to sew, but my hands are really jacked up. It's really hard for me to sew with EDS. I dislocate and subluxate my fingers a lot. I get a lot of joint pain. That and I have neuropathy or neurological issues in my hands. So it gets very tingly and like I can't do fine tactile things. So I found this little sewing machine at the Goodwill and it's great. I can't wait to do some stuff with it and figure out how to do it. It's nothing like crazy spectacular. It's not gonna go through like heavy stuff or heavy patches and stuff like that. It's not going to go through that material. I have an embroidery machine. I just don't have it up here right now. So those aren't really my concern. But this is going to be great for doing some of the smaller stuff and making, I'm hoping to start making some like labels, patches, but not really patches, more like fabric pieces to put on. That are making capes and stuff like that out of some smaller fabric. So this will be good just for me to get back used to using it, and then I'll save up and get a genuine Singer sewing machine. It's just, I was super excited to find this. I got it for $4 and it definitely works. I sewed my sock together experimenting, so I know it definitely works. Denali, do you want to come say hi? Come here. Come here. He's real sleepy. We've been out all day. So he's just hanging out down there. He's real sleepy. But yeah, I just wanted to share a couple of the things that I got. I also got, before I forget, another one from Taylor, because ours adaptive. I absolutely love the pull straps that they make. I have 3 or 4, I think 3 now. This one is to go with my lime green set. This is lime green and black. Absolutely love this. I kind of want to get another one in lime green and hot pink, something a little bit more colorful, but this is the one that I'm using for right now. But I love this. It's a decent quality, like strength. But I never am concerned that when I hold on to this for Denali to do forward momentum pulling or anything like that, it's gonna come apart or it's gonna hurt him or it's just not gonna work. So I know for a fact that this is gonna work for me. It does have the really heavy duty claw snaps, which these are some of my favorite snaps if they're made properly and made well. Love these. So hopefully I will be showing you guys the gear wall when I get it up. So I'm going to be hanging all of my stuff. I got to order a patch wall. I'm going to get one of the patch things. I really want to get one because this container is completely full of patches and overflowing, and now I'm having to start putting patches in weird places and hoping that I remember them because they no longer fit inside of one bag. So I need to get a patch wall because I still have 3 other harnesses. Like, this isn't all of them. I have 3 other harnesses that are fully decked out right now that our patches aren't in here. So yeah, hopefully I'll be doing another gear haul when I do the gear wall. Ironically, that rhymes, but I'm hoping to do a kind of gear haul showing you what I have, what I don't have, and probably I'm going to be narrowing down some more of his stuff, so I might do a giveaway to followers on Instagram or on here, just depending on how much activity I get. So yeah, hopefully that'll be done soon. I also hope I'm supposed to be getting my Ohio State Fair video up and the issue that I had at Easton video up, where I got confronted by a Cocker Spaniel that tried to get to Denali. And I reported it to security and got her promptly kicked out. I work at that mall, and it definitely put a damper on things because it's disappointing that the company that I work for, that this has become an issue, especially because Denali was attacked there. So, it's just kind of not cool, I guess. It kind of sucks. That, and I saw another person bringing their pets into Goodwill, which is not pet friendly. They even have it posted all over their walls today. They brought their 2 Shih Tzus or Maltese in and put them in a shopping cart. Luckily, the woman realized that Denali was there, and I gave her the death stare, and she quickly ran off to the back of the store. But she definitely knew she was doing something wrong, because then she tried to start hiding from the employees. So, whatever. It just kind of sucks. So, hopefully those videos will be out. I do apologize that my uploading has been kind of crappy. They're trying me on some new medicine. I was recently re-diagnosed with PTSD from some very traumatic stuff that happened to me. So trying to get that under control again, and hoping to get me back to more stable. So hopefully everything works out good, and the medicine that they have me on is going to help. So yeah, if anybody's ever had any issues with BuSpar and having tingling or numbness, let me know, because I know that it's not very common, but it's not rare either. But I'm just wondering, because there's supposedly not very many side effects to BuSpar. So yeah. I will see you guys next time. Feel free to comment or ask any questions, or if you see something gear-wise that you like, let me know. I'll try my best to reply with the gear shop. Like I said, Taylor from Kazar's Adaptive, I don't think is taking any active requests. You can always go and message them and see if they, are open to it. But just be respectful. They are working. They're disabled themselves and are working 40 hours a week again. So, it's a lot. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. All right. Oh, bye-bye.